Broadcasting from Cincinnati, you're listening to the Ringside Reporter podcast. All the news from the world of boxing right here.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you.
Now, here's your host, Eric Lorda.
And we are live. Welcome to the Ringside Reporter Show, where we talk about the latest boxing news. If it's related to boxing, we'll talk about it right here. My name is Eric Lorta, and I'm here with my co-host, Joe Habib. We got a great show for you today, and if you want to call in, 570-530-8316. Beeb, let's get it started. Payperview.com.
It's almost funny hearing you say that. No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you.
I get it. It's just, right, though? I mean, come on, man. Like, how much, does anybody know how much this fight was yesterday?
I don't know, but
card. I saw some people watching the card and everything like that, but I don't know how much the card was. I think maybe Robbie will know. I don't know.
It was funny because it was immediately on YouTube, and it wasn't.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And it wasn't taken down either.
Nobody knew. Nobody cared. You know.
Well, because if it's on the zone immediately takes it down. Like, you can't mess around with the zone. But if it's not on the zone, then you're okay. Like PBC and the zone, they'll take it down immediately, but everyone else kind of leaves it up there.
Chat says $55.
Okay.
$55.
I don't know.
No.
It was a good fight, whatever, but I don't know.
What, $55 for that whole thing? Jay Burrell, just watched it on YouTube. Yeah. I mean, and they had it, like you said, they had it up there almost immediately.
You know? So they put them up there quick.
Yeah.
These guys are in trouble. You know, I hear these rumors about these flame sticks out there, you know, and these all these types of instruments that some people are out there using. That
I've heard about that too. Yeah,
I have no idea like how they're doing it, but a lot of people are accessing these.
A fire pad, is it, or a fire
I don't know what
stick?
it is, but they have these instruments, and a lot of people are watching these fights, and they're not paying for them. From what I understand.
Well, that doesn't even seem possible.
Yeah,
I mean, if anybody's going to know, I think it would be me. I mean, you know.
Yeah, you're a tech guy. So.
Right. So it doesn't even make any sense. You're saying they can watch it for free?
Yeah, there's ways to do it, yeah.
Ways? Oh, my God. That's weird, man.
Yep.
But it beats paying $55, whatever you do.
Most certainly does.
Who promoted this fight? Who was the actual promoter?
It was a Puerto Rican promoter that does promoting on the side. And the reason why this wasn't promoted by Matchroom was because Eddie Hearn was outbid for the fight. And I think, and again, I'm not trying to throw shade on Dalton Smith, but he wanted a lot of money for the fight. And I guess in order to get Dalton Smith the money he wanted, it was probably better that someone else promoted the fight because he outbid Eddie Hearn, and you know, as a result, Dalton Smith got paid the money he wanted. So it was kind of a win-win for Eddie Hearn. And I was telling Maestro, we talked about it, and we kind of explained why this happened and why Eddie Hearn allowed this to happen or whatever. But you know, I guess Eddie Hearn decided, you know,
why spend the money if you don't?
Why spend the money if someone else can pay my fighter more than I can, or more than I would like to.
That's the thing. I mean,
and again, this is why, you know, even though I give Eddie Hearn a little stick every now and then, this is why I respect him, because he does allow his fighters to fight on other cards that he's not promoting, and there's no ego involved, because it's the best thing for his fighter. Yeah. So if his fighter can make more money with someone else for a particular event, then he has no problem. Like with Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. He let Jake MVP promote that the second and third fights because Jake has a great relationship with Netflix, and that was a way Katie Taylor could maximize her earning potential for that.
Yeah.
Fight. So you know, you got De La Hoya who won't let Ryan Garcia fight Jake Paul.
Oh man, he's horrible.
You know,
right?
when you hold the fighter back like that because of your own personal grievances, that's kind of a shitty thing to do, in my opinion.
I agree 100%, man.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, this was on pay-per-view. It's $55 from what everybody's saying. Yeah.
It was a good fight.
That being said, about it being pay-per-view and everything, and I wonder if we'll ever get the results of the pay-per-view in the sense that how many people actually bought it. I guarantee we're not. And I guarantee it goes, you know, the bar, we talked about it last week, I think. The bar is $200K. 200,000.
It's way.
If it's over 200,000, they usually post it. If it's under 200,000, you'll never hear from them again.
You're right.
I would be surprised if this wasn't even 100,000 or 75K underneath.
Yeah.
100%. Because again, this is not like one of those fights everybody was clamoring for.
Well, everybody in the chat's telling you that they watched it on YouTube, so you.
There you go. Draw your own conclusions. That
pretty much sums it up, right?
And listen, I mean, I understand supporting the fighters and all that. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
100% I get it.
Give us the product that we want.
But yeah, I mean, give us a product here, man. This is not a big fight. This could have been an undercard fight. This wasn't a main event, pay-per-view main event.
We remember the days of HBO and Showtime. We remember the days of boxing after dark. We remember the days of Friday night fights, Tuesday night fights. We're from that era. So when we see these types of fights that we're accustomed to getting for free, and then all of a sudden you want to flip the script on us, no, we're not going for it. And a lot of people aren't going for it. Even the new generation are saying to themselves, these aren't really pay-per-view fights either in their minds.
No way. Subriel Matias. This was in New York City in Brooklyn. Nice venue and everything. It looked very professional. You know,
it was very good. The production was good. I
thought it was too.
No problem with the production.
No. Subriel Matias versus Dalton Smith, 12 rounds for Matias's WBC junior welterweight title. Dalton Smith wins via 5th round TKO over Subriel Matias. Beeb, I'll tell you what, I did not expect that. I thought Subriel was going to come in here and walk him, and that just didn't happen, man. And I'll tell you what, Dalton started off this fight by boxing him, and you watch him in that first round, the first 2 rounds, you watch him, you watch his feet, right? Every time he hit him, he moved, he changed up, he changed giving him different looks, and not drastic, just a little slight step out of position, comes back, you got nothing to hit him with. Now you have to reload. You know what I mean? It was masterful. It really was, watching that guy. And Subriel Matias looked like he was completely confused in there.
First 2 rounds,
And
like he was being outboxed.
And the best part about this was he got it together. They started slugging. And I think Dalton felt his power and said, you know what, I'm down. Let's do it. And slugged with him at times.
Punched with him. Yeah.
And he wasn't crazy about it. It wasn't like he wasn't putting himself in danger. He wasn't putting himself in a bad spot or whatever. He would just pick the spots and just the combination, let the combinations go and everything like that. It was impressive. I mean, that was really impressive.
And the fact that he was able to break Matisse, break him down like that in the 5th round, it was a sight to see. I'll tell you that. And I gave Dalton Smith the first 2 rounds, and I thought Matias started coming on a bit in the next 2. So I had the fight dead even going into the 5th. And I think
I only gave Matias 1 round. I think I may have given him the 3rd or 4th.
I think you probably gave him 2 of the judges only gave him the 4th.
Yeah.
And another judge actually gave him the first. Gave him, I think, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So 2 judges had it like you, and 1 judge had Matias up, but I had it dead even, right?
Yeah.
And there was points in that fight where Matias would hit him, and you were saying to yourself, I don't know, is he going a little bit here? He looked like he was good, but then he just would just regroup and gather himself, and he was able to come right back.
Yeah.
Full credit to him, man.
He's a tough guy. They're both tough guys, man. Alexander Wilson, thank you so much, my friend. He said that Eddie Hearn revealed that Fresh Promotion approached DAZN to broadcast the fight and asked for a high license fee. That DAZN said, nope, we're not doing it.
That's pretty much what I said. They wanted a higher license fee in order to pay the fighters more money. And that was why this was on pay-per-view.
Well, and I'm curious to see, when you put fights on pay-per-view, they've got to meet a certain mark.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if they met that profitability mark.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't even know what their guarantees were.
What was the attendance? Does anybody know the attendance last night? Was it crowded? Was it?
Yeah, I don't know what the attendance was either, but it looked like it was a pretty decent house.
Yeah, New York is a good fight town, man. New York really is a great fight town, especially Brooklyn.
That's a great arena too, the Barclays.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
MSG is another one that's just really nice, man.
Yeah.
AJ64 says, I feel Subriel looked drained. He should move up to 147. He did. You know what? And that's a really good point, man, because he didn't look great. But I don't know how much of that had to do with Dalton Smith. You know what I mean? Yeah. And well, I don't know.
I hate to do this, but so much for the old super drug Osterine, right? Didn't do nothing for Subriel Matias last night, did it, guys? All you guys, well, Ryan was on Osterine. That's why he won. Well, Subriel Matias was on Osterine. Didn't help him.
Now tell me that. Now did he get caught before the fight? They knew before the fight, or what was going on here? And they still fought. Yeah,
I guess there was again the same defense Ryan used. He used, and to be fair, I guess in New York there is an allowable limit, and he met that allowable limit. In other words,
yeah.
So technically, he was able to fight. But again,
why would you just have it in your system? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? You know, I mean, if you go get tested for Osterine, you ain't gonna have it. You know,
I'm not a PED guy. You know, I'm in the minority here that I don't give a fuck.
I love PED. How you make your own pre-workout.
Yeah. Yeah, I make a lot of things. But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, right? There's nothing in your body that's naturally reoccurring that Osterine would be there, because Osterine is a SARM. So why would there
be? Why would it's a SARM? That's it. It's a SARM, dude. So it's
I can understand something like clenbuterol, because that's in that is in food. You know what I'm saying? You can get that in food, trace amounts. Nothing naturally occurring contains Osterine. Right, so again, like, I don't give a fuck that he took it, or I don't care it was in the system. But for all the PED police out there, he had it in his system, and he still lost. So the Beeb is no, maybe the Beeb is an idiot, but he's not a full blown idiot. How's that?
Full-fledged.
Not a full-fledged hockey helmet guy like you guys want to think I am.
I tell you what, man. Okay, so Edward Torres says Dalton Smith will be the first ever to unify 140. In my opinion, he's a very solid champion. You might want to pump the brakes on it. Listen, I love what I saw last night, and Dalton Smith to me, I'm tuning it again. That's must-see TV right there. But at 140, who we got? We got Richardson Hitchens, Teofimo Lopez, Gary Antoine Russell, and Dalton Smith. Those are good fights. I don't think we're going to see what happens to Teofimo here.
Yeah.
In a couple of weeks when he fights Shakur. But, that's no cakewalk, man.
That's a tough, and 140.
Dalton's a tough out, man. You're not going to just run through that guy, man.
Just in the blink of an eye, Eric, 140 is once again a hot division. We thought it was, the division was done. It basically I think it only had Teo for a long time, right? When he came up, yeah, I guess you had Josh Taylor there for a while, but he was kind of on the way out. But when Terrence Crawford left 140, it kind of dipped a little bit, right, in excitement. But now this is a fire red hot fire division, man.
Where's Gary Russell at? Last time he fought was March of last year.
I'm trying to remember.
Gary Antoine Russell.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when was the last time he fought.
Yeah, March of last year.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while.
Like,
again, these PBC fighters can't get dates.
I'll tell you what, man. I think Dalton Smith would beat Russell Jr.
Listen,
I think he would.
Yeah, and when's the fight with Teo and Shakur? Is that next week, or is that the last week of the month?
Last week, I believe. Yeah,
last week. That's the last week of the month. Yeah, the 31st. You're correct. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that, man.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
But that 140-pound division, man. Listen, who wouldn't want to watch Gary Russell, Dalton Smith? That's a main event, right?
Yeah.
Him versus Richardson Hitchens is a main event.
Eddie was saying that it could possibly put him against Richardson Hitchens.
I think that's a really good fight.
It's a good fight, yeah.
I think that's a very good fight, man. That's a really good one. Either him or Russell, either one.
based off what I saw last night, I mean, I would argue he could probably hang with any of them. Would I pick him over everybody? I don't know. I think Richardson Hitchens, I'm a big fan of him, but he's not a huge puncher, right?
Yeah, he's a good boxer.
Good boxer. So I think I don't know, who's the man to beat at 140?
Teo.
Probably Teo, right?
That's it. I mean,
Could be
depending on what happens, if Shakur's beaten, I mean, he's not beating Shakur. Even if Shakur wins, he's not.
I don't think he beat Shakur either.
I don't think Shakur stays there, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah, I would pick Hitchens over Smith too, but it's not a cakewalk. I don't think it would be easy, but
all those are tough fights.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it would be easy.
Yeah, I think all those are tough fights, man.
Yeah. But then again, who am I? I thought Matias was going to beat Dalton Smith last night. So who am I?
MEZ Box says Hitchens beat Smith easy. Hey, listen, man, that's what we thought last night too. That's what we all thought.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but who knows? You know what I mean? Hey, you could be right. I'm not saying you're wrong.
That's why they fight, man.
Hitchens is a really good fighter.
And I'll tell you this, but you know what's interesting? And Dana White always makes this point. When people talk about the pay-per-view cards or whatever, he says, for whatever reason, it's almost like the fighters know the card is being disrespected, and they go out there and they put on a show. And last night, for that main event, was it worth $55? Listen, I can't answer that. I don't know. But they put on a show.
Well, can I tell you something?
What's that?
Can I tell you something?
What's that?
You didn't buy it, so apparently to you it wasn't worth it. You would have bought it.
But if you would have paid $55 for it, would you have been upset after that main event?
Probably not, because you could argue the main event was
good. The main event was really good.
Would have been worth it.
Now, I didn't see the rest of the card.
Yeah, the rest of the card wasn't that bad either. It was okay.
All right, there we go.
So
All right. Big Texas. Hello, Beeb. Looking amazing as always. That's so nice. That's so nice. Get that down. Get that down.
I got a lot of holiday weight on me right now. I got to get it off.
So let me ask you a question, man. Where does Subriel Matias? He was dominated last night. This wasn't even close.
That was a bad loss last night.
That was really bad. What is Subriel, like 30 years old now?
Yeah, to tell you the truth, I don't know how old he is.
Let me see.
I don't know how old he is. But he's but that was a tough loss.
33. He's
33.
33, babe.
So he's kind of turning the corner a little bit. He's not quite,
Yeah, I would say.
He's turning the corner.
Was knocked out last night for the first time in his career. And that was the other thing, is that as durable as this guy is.
Yeah, he's been a beast.
So once again, get rolled over.
This is going to shake his confidence because part of his game was his durability. Just like Antonio Margarito, once he got beat by Shane Mosley, and the crack in the armor was inflicted upon him, things started changing for him in his career. He started losing.
Aaron Daly says only us UK brothers thought Smith had a good chance of winning.
Yeah,
that's it, man. That's it.
And the odds were tight. Like, even though Matias was the favorite, he was only like a minus 120 or so, minus 120, minus 130. He wasn't a huge favorite.
Yeah, which was crazy too.
The way everyone in America was talking, and probably Puerto Rico as well, this guy had no shot in hell. Maestro and I were talking about it on Friday. And we didn't think he had a shot. We didn't think he was going to win.
Yeah, I didn't think so either, man. Eddie Hearn, did you see Eddie Hearn after the fight? Some of the interviews that he gave, he was pumped after that fight. He said he called him a hero and everything like that. So it is good, man. He's going to go back there and get a hero's welcome and everything like that. So
listen, I'm happy for him. He brought his dad in the ring, brought his granddad in the ring.
Yeah,
had every generation of the Smiths there. Right? Got to give him credit, man. Yeah, Hitchens got a good win over Liam Paro. That was a great win. I like Liam. He's another guy, Liam Paro, I think is a really good fighter.
Yeah.
That was a great win over, Listen, you don't got to sell me on Hitchens, MZ.
Hitchens good, man. Hitchens is really good.
I know he's a good fighter.
That 140 is stacked right now.
Yeah, I love 140 now.
I mean, it really is, man.
140 is better than 147 right now.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Who's that? All right, let's see here. 147. Devin Haney, Lewis Crocker, Rolando, Raleigh Romero, Mario. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's way better than 147.
Yeah, Devin Haney is definitely the class of the 147.
I think Devin Haney. You listen. You ended up being right about Devin Haney. You never gave up on the guy. You always said this guy was the cream of the crop.
Well, listen, man, I don't sit here when somebody loses and sit there and bash them like you do. You call that dude a quitter.
Whoa!
You call that guy a quitter. I mean, come on, man.
That's defamation.
Like, give me a break, man.
Please.
Like, you can't do that.
I would never do that to Daniel Dubois.
He kept referring to the guy who lost to Joe Joyce, wouldn't say his name.
That's not true.
That's horrible, dude. That's horrible.
That's blasphemy.
Dynamite Dubois. Why don't you get that straight? Dynamite Dubois. Usyk. Who is it? WBO. It's got for the heavyweight champion, Fabio Wardley in the WBO.
Yeah.
And before we talk about Usyk here, let's talk about this next one. This was on DAZN from Germany. This is Agit Kabayel versus Damian Knyba for Kabayel's WBC interim heavyweight title. Kabayel wins by a third-round TKO. Beeb, what did you see? You said he was in trouble in that first round.
Yeah,
he had some trouble.
He was getting a little touched up in that first round, which was surprising. And he is a very quick, crafty guy, and he's also an incredible body puncher. And I think that's the X factor. I was talking to Maestro about him yesterday, and he thinks that he beats Usyk because he feels he's just as quick as Usyk. He feels that he has great footwork like Usyk. But he also says one of his greatest weapons is one of Usyk's greatest weaknesses is his body shots. And those body shots are killers. They're killer. We saw what they did to Zhang. And they were part of what did the damage yesterday. They were part of what opened up the headshots and enabled him to win in such impressive fashion. So, yeah, this guy may just be the dark. I don't even think you can call him a dark horse anymore. This guy could be the guy. This could be the heir apparent.
He would for sure be a dark horse here.
Dark horse in the sense that he's not a huge name,
right?
But he's got a lot of ability and a lot of talent.
You think he beats Usyk? He called out Usyk after the fight.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't pick anyone against Usyk right now.
No.
Like you always say, I have to see something that shows me. Someone has to prove.
See it.
Like,
yeah.
You got to actually see something that tells you, well, he's not the same anymore. And we haven't seen that. He still has that aura of invincibility to him. But if anyone could beat him, Kabayel may have the best shot at it, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
So Usyk's next fight is reportedly going to be against Deontay Wilder. Of course, nothing has been pen to paper or anything like that.
I think that's going to pretty much happen.
But I think that's easy enough to put together, right? I think that's easy enough to put together.
100%.
Why? I mean, and that's a money fight. I mean,
it's a
people
fun
from
fight,
the U.S.
Man.
It's a fun fight. People from the U.S. are going to love it. People from overseas are going to love it. It's because he's a big name. Kabayel let me ask you this. Does Kabayel get a shot at him?
What's going to end up happening is anyone that tries to enforce a mandatory on Usyk, he's just going to let the belt go.
Oh, for sure.
And the WBC is probably going to be the only sanctioning body at the end that lets them hold on to their belt. As you know how they are.
They don't have any rules.
They don't care.
Don't enforce them. Yeah,
they don't care about mandatories. They don't care about number one contenders. Right. They just let people hold on to belts without fighting mandatories for years.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So what I believe is going to happen, what's he got left? The IBF, and he's got the WBA, and he's got the WBC, and the WBO's gone. Probably the next shooter drop will probably be the IBF. They'll make him fight somebody for the IBF, and he probably will let that one go. Then the WBA will be gone too. So Kabayel will more than likely, in my opinion, fight for a vacant title.
Yeah.
And Moses Atamu may fight for a vacant title. Listen, I would love to see Usyk fight Fabio Wardley. No disrespect to Wardley. I don't think that's a particularly difficult fight for Usyk. I think with his boxing ability and the way he moves and changes levels and his incredible footwork, I think Wardley would have a hard time pinning the guy down, right? Because Wardley likes to kind of a mid-range to inside guy. He He's not the fastest guy in the world on his feet, not the hardest guy to hit. Seen him hurt before. He's a great fighter, great engine, great conditioning. Not a bad boxer, but he's nowhere near on the level of Usyk, right? He's got a decent jab. He can knows how to set those punches up behind that hard jab. But I don't think that's stylistically that's bad. That's a really difficult matchup for Usyk. I really don't.
What about, okay, so let's see here. How old? He's 33. Kabayel's 33.
Yeah.
And let's look at Usyk. Usyk is 38.
38, yeah.
And Usyk is at the time, Usyk can now step in that ring. Anytime, to me, 30 used to be that magic number. I think it's really been pushed back to about 34, 35, somewhere in there. It's
He's
kind of
30,
pushed back.
Yeah, 33, 32, 33, yeah.
Which is amazing because like back in the 80s and stuff like that, 30 was the magic number. Where when you walk through those ropes, you could be somebody completely different now because your body is not the same as it was in your 20s,
right?
Or in your prime. 38, Beeb. I know he takes care of himself. I know that at any point, though, he's in danger of stepping through those ropes. Now, it's going to be one of those things until we see it. I get you. But know that he's 38 years old. And he fights a hard style for a normal 38-year-old to keep up with.
Yeah.
That's where I worry about it. That's where I say, hey, so you got a guy like Kabayel who's 33 though. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, besides a guy like Moses Atamu and Fabio Wardley's not even a spring chicken either. He's like, how old is Fabio Wardley? He's like, 28, 29, I think. Or he may even be 30 himself. Let me see how old Fabio Wardley is. It's funny how we're looking up all these guys' ages.
All right, Fabio Wardley is 31.
He's 31. So none of these guys are young except for Moses Atamu, right?
Yeah.
So they all got to – listen. I think Daniel Dubois, I think, is 28, 29. He's not that. He's pretty young too.
Yeah.
Right? So Joe Joyce is pretty much done.
Is it the New Zealander in the cruiserweight division? What's his name again? You know who I'm talking about. Jai Opetaia. Opetaia. It's only a matter of time before he comes up to heavyweight.
He's going to come up.
There's no money in the cruiserweight division for him.
No.
You're not getting anything.
No.
So he's going to come up to heavyweight. How good, let me ask you a question, two-part question. How good is Ayatama, and when Jai Opetaia eventually comes up, how good will he be in the heavyweight division?
Can I be honest with you? I like Jai Opetaia, but he's got only one really big win on his resume, and that's Breedis. Can he punch? Yeah, but
it's great that you can punch, but can he box? You know what I mean? Is he going to be able to box up there? I don't know.
I've seen him struggle against Breedis in the second fight. He struggled in his last fight a little bit. He's not the hardest guy in the world to hit. Is he dangerous? Yeah. On any given night, can he beat anybody? Yeah. I'm highly, and I mean this with all due respect, highly skeptical he's going to be a monster at heavyweight. I don't think he's big enough.
What about Hayatuma?
That guy's got some potential. I mean,
a lot of people are comparing him to a young Mike Tyson. I don't know if that's the case, but he's got power.
He can box. He can set shots. He's a very patient guy in there too. Even though he's young, he's very patient. Regardless of who he's in there with, he doesn't just go haywire in there and wing wild shots. He's a very calculated, patient fighter. Southpaw, excellent jab, sets everything up. Can put shots together, good punch variation, good, very versatile. I mean, he's pretty capable of mid-range, outside and on the inside. He's got that little sneaky left hand, and he can throw it in a lot of different ways. Got to kind of like to loop it, throw it straight, half hook, half uppercut type. So he's got the athletic ability, he's got the patience beyond his years, and he's a really smart, intelligent fighter because he knows the right punch to throw at the right time to get through.
Right.
So he's got the hell of a potential. And what he did to Dillian White, obviously Dillian White wasn't what he once was, but still impressive blowing that guy out in one round. Like no
Was
one,
it though?
yeah, in a way, yeah, because no one who's blown him out in one round like that. You know
He's
what I mean?
washed.
All right.
Dude, he is completely washed.
Okay.
Dillian White is not a good example.
I'll pump. I'll pump the brakes a little bit on that one, but it's
listen,
still one
I
round
like
though.
Dillian White, but he should have been signed out of this a long time ago.
Yeah, you're right.
Him and Chisora both.
So he's
I
fighting.
need to see him again.
So here's the thing: he's fighting a guy, Jermaine Franklin, who's never been stopped before. We actually went the distance with Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
So if he can get this guy out of here, who's another guy who's kind of a very difficult, frustrating style to fight, right? Because he's not going to open up. He's kind of like a counterpuncher. He lays back, lets you come to him, and kind of has that high guard and shells up a lot, and he's moving. This is a challenging style in the sense that you have to create the openings in this fight. Let's see if you can create the openings against someone who's probably not all that willing to engage, right?
Yeah.
And a guy who's very durable and who actually, like I said, went the distance. And I thought he beat Dillian White actually, and he won a couple rounds against Anthony Joshua and went the distance in that fight as well too. So if he can go in there and have a pretty impressive performance against Jermaine Franklin and possibly get him out of there, then that'll be a step in the right direction.
Yeah. You know what I would like to see? I would like to see Jaio Pitaya, because they're fairly close. I mean, you're cruiserweight, you're just about it.
Yeah.
I want to see him fight. You know what I think would be a good fight for him is Jared Anderson. Because Jared Anderson, can be hit, and and I think that's a good matchup, but he can also box. It'll tell us a lot about Opitaya in that division.
I would have liked to see Zurdo Ramirez and Jaio Pitaya fight before David Benavidez fought Zurdo Ramirez. But once again, another fight that De La Hoya did not want to make.
And there you go again with, David Benavidez is going to stick around at cruiserweight for about 2 minutes.
Do you think he's going to go back down to 175?
No.
Or you think he'll go up to one? You think he's going to go up to heavyweight, don't you?
This is my story. You've
been saying this.
This is what I've said. This is what's going to happen.
You're like a sage, man. A lot of things you're saying. Because think about it. Why would he go back down?
Makes no sense.
Yeah, and I have to be honest. I like David Benavidez. I'm a fan, but I have to be honest. I'm disappointed that he didn't fight Bivol or Beterbiev. And I thought this was the perfect time.
He wanted to. They didn't want that fight.
But they didn't wait enough time.
Well, what is he going to do, man? Like, again, what is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to just wait and wait and wait? He did that. He did that with Canelo. He did that with Canelo.
I understand what you're saying, but he only had 2 fights at light heavyweight. Now all of a sudden he wants to go to cruiserweight
because those guys don't want to fight. They're talking about fighting each other again.
Yeah,
he'll be in the Canelo situation again in this other division.
Doing a good job convincing me today.
He's the most avoided guy in the sport right now.
Yeah.
Right now, no questions.
Yeah.
Crawford didn't want to fight him. I wouldn't have wanted to see that fight anyway. I didn't want to see the Canelo fight either. I didn't want to see Benavidez Canelo because I knew what was going to happen. It's a whitewash. You like the passing of the torch kind of stuff.
Yeah, I do. I like the passing of the torch. I do. But Bivol was hurt and Beterbiev was hurt. But as you said, they're probably going to fight each other, which is going to make him wait even longer.
Right.
So I get what you're saying.
All right, let's go to 410 Baltimore, where I am king. 410, you're live.
Benavidez is smart and has to move on at this point.
I told you.
Cannot keep waiting on others because they're not willing to fight him. Canelo's not willing to fight him. The Zurdo fight, someone's probably putting up some decent money because it's a Mexican matchup, and he's got to start moving on his own now. He can't keep waiting on Bivol or Canelo.
Right.
And that's
you eating beef jerky or something right now? You got something? Are you eating something right now?
Yeah, I'm eating a tuna fish sandwich.
Okay.
What he would. But come on, man. He can't keep waiting on cats, man.
No,
they don't
he's
want to
right.
fight him. He's an animal, and they don't want to really fight him. Even Bivol, which I think, to me, that's the guy that competes closely with him because Bivol is a very patient and fundamental boxer. He's very, very good. But I would favor Benavidez until I see someone with David Benavidez. I can't pick against him. Opataya, I don't care who it is. They got to get past that guy, man. He's a monster.
Nobody wants to fight that guy.
Do you think? Do you think? Do you think he would be? Do you think he's going to be good at heavyweight too, Jerry, or you don't know?
Well, heavyweight, I mean, that's a little bit of a stretch because while he's big at middle, super middle, and 175, he won't be big at heavyweight.
Oh, he'd be small at heavyweight.
Even at light heavyweight, he doesn't have the advantage that he used to, but I still favor him against anyone there.
Yeah.
Because he is big. He walks around, 215, 220 probably. He's cutting to 175. I don't fault him. If he can make the weight, it's fine. He's a monster.
Yeah.
Guys don't want to fight him.
Nope.
Even the best guys, they really don't want to fight him. And that's what I got to say about that. And as far as the other night, Matias, it should be a good example to people to not overhype guys. Learn, understand, and realize that when they're coming up, 16 to 18 fights, they're getting matched against guys they should be. And so when you look beastly beating those guys, that's one thing. But just look at the history of boxing. Is the number of fighters that compete above the level of average or mediocre, it's
Put
rare.
the sandwich down. You're gonna gag on that tuna, kid. Please.
Buddy, the fucking old base got me choked up. But let me
Put that sandwich down, please. Gonna have to give you the someone's gonna have to give you the Heimlich pretty soon.
Matias, a few fights ago, he looked like a monster. I love his style. He's aggressive. The other night, what did he look like, man? Pretty mediocre. That guy beat his ass, Smith. He beat his fucking ass and stopped him.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. There's a rumor going around that you put 1,000 on Matias last night. Is that true?
There's a rumor going around that what?
That you put $1,000 on Matias last night.
I don't know. Nah, I actually thought Matias will win. I hadn't seen much of the guy.
Which is why you put a grand
I went and
on.
looked at. I didn't. I went and looked at some YouTube videos of Smith, and honestly, I wasn't all that impressed. I thought, okay, he looks solid, he looks fit, but I wasn't really. I didn't see anything really to be impressed with. But I was impressed with him last night. That was a good win for him. Where he ranks among the elite, it's way too early to say. Gotta let him have a couple more competitive fights, and we'll see.
Go grab a glass of water, will you? All right.
All right, Jerry, we're gonna get rolling, man. Go. Somebody do the Heimlich on Jerry while we're waiting. All right.
Please.
8:05. 8:05. You're live.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Just really quick. What's up? Just really quick. I disagree with your Benavidez take, and I'll tell you why.
Me? You talking about my Benavidez take?
I'll tell you why.
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
He's one of us.
And I'll tell you why.
And you just
Deeb is right.
Ice now all of a
Deeb
sudden.
is right.
You don't like Benavidez?
Because he fought 3 times at light heavyweight, Eric. And yeah, does he have to wait for the winner of Bivol Better Beef if he stayed at light heavyweight? Yeah, he does. But there are other guys that he could fight in the meantime and actually stay busy. The problem is that Benavidez thinks he's too good to fight more than once or twice a year. And so that's why that guy can't stay at light heavyweight, because he's lazy, and every time he gets ready for a fight, it's a fat camp for the guy. He doesn't stay in shape in between fights. That's why he's moving up.
Please don't start with the fat shame.
Notch,
don't start with the fat shame. You're better than that.
Fat shame, my man.
That's why he's moving up.
Oh, that's cold.
That's why he's moving up to fight Zurdo, because he doesn't have to lose 15 to 20 extra pounds anymore.
Cold-blooded, man.
Wow. Guaranteed for that fight against Zurdo, he's coming in at 195, guys. Easy.
Nacho,
he walks around. He walks around at 225 easy. So
that's cold-blooded, son. That's more cold-blooded than anything I've ever said on this show. You just fat shamed him, son. That's messed up.
So he's not sticking around just because he doesn't like to stay in shape. Period. That's what it is.
You have to first of all, you got to take genetics into account. Not everyone can be a body beautiful, please.
Right. I mean, geez.
No. It's not that, Beeb. It's like I said, if he was a more active fighter,
there would
be no need for him to have fat camps.
Notch, huh? I gotta.
But Eric, he doesn't have to fight
fat camps.
He doesn't have to fight killer after killer in every fight. You can stay busy and fight guys and not have to kill yourself to make weight. I mean, just to give you an example, Beeb. Eric, back in the day, Oscar De La Hoya, who was the cash cow of his division, he wasn't sitting around waiting for every freaking contender. He was out there fighting multiple guys a year.
I think he's winning this debate.
And so the fact that David Benavidez only wants to fight once or twice a year.
Stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
Eric.
On my platform,
I'm not,
by the way.
De La Hoya fought 5 times in 1 year, Eric, and he literally said that year that he fought 5 times, he didn't have to kill himself.
He was on coke.
10 to 12 week camps. Oh, come on.
You trying to say he wasn't?
You're going to bring that up, school. That was years later.
He's the one with powder on his nose. How am I embarrassing myself?
Stop it, Eric.
Come on, son.
That was years later, man.
You fought 5 times a year.
Years later. Yeah, I'm sure he was crystal clear when he was fighting.
He passed the drug test. Come on, you can't incriminate the guy without evidence.
He had that dude on his side.
Yeah, come on. Come on, Eric. you know I'm telling you the truth. Your boy Benavidez just doesn't want to stay in shape, period.
Not just right. Not just right. These PBC fighters fight once every 18 months. These PBC fighters fight once every 18 months, and you know why?
He needs to get off of that
because
PBC.
They balloon up in weight, and they have to. They need the extra time to lose weight. When you're walking around 30 pounds over your fighting weight, you can't fight twice in 1 year because you need more time to make weight.
You know what? Let me ask Nacho.
Right.
And Nacho kind of brings up a point here.
That's why he sent him the
Let me ask you a
T-shirt.
question.
He's right.
Nacho, why don't these boxers? We always see the UFC like Mike Dolce and all those guys. They're always on point on the weigh-ins, and it's like they're usually on point on the weigh-ins. I mean, just like anything else. But it's almost like these guys don't hire a nutritionist or anything like that to get them on weight. Why? Is it just because it's an added expense?
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say, Eric. The guys who can afford the nutritionist are the guys who are the ones making the top end of the money in boxing.
I get you.
The ones that are mid-tier and lower guys, they can't afford nutritionists. They can't afford guys to show them, hey, this is what you need to do in order to cut weight safely, since you've been out 10 to 12 weeks out for a fight. And so that's why those dudes can't afford it. The top end guys can do it. The problem is that boxing, boxing has always been more of, let's just do the typical old school road work, bag, sparring, and then we'll get in shape that way. Which, for the most part, I understand it does work. But at the same time, though.
Here's another thing, not to cut you off, Nacho. I want to make this quick.
You just cut him off.
He lets me do it once in a while. But when you're making so much money too, Nacho, number one, you can afford to take all this time off. And number two, when you're living the life, it's easy to kind of just do it. You got all this money in the world. You're like, I'm going to enjoy myself now that I'm wealthy, right? When I started making money, I started going out to eat a couple times a week myself.
Benavidez is a warrior. He lives a warrior's life. What are you talking about?
Notch knows how it is.
Benavidez is not Clever Lang, Eric. Calm down.
He's in a different earning bracket now. He lives life a lot differently now.
He trains alone. I win the title alone. All right, Notch, we're gonna get running.
He's not training by himself in a garage there. Come on now. Let's keep it real.
He's not using a solar flex to get in shape here, please.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, get out of here.
He's not using the ab roller. Get out of here.
What's up?
Just really quick. That was a hell of a performance by Dalton Smith.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to beat down Subriel like that. But honestly, the biggest thing is that we should learn as fans is when we cheer on pressure fighters, we have to know they all have a limited shelf life. Eventually, those chins don't last forever.
Paul Williams, Antonio Margarito. Yeah. Paul Williams, Antonio Margarito. We've seen the script before. Yeah, you're right.
No, that's not nice.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
So,
what is this here?
right,
Snowflake
guys.
City? We got to tell the truth here. Please.
Robert, 530.
What's up, Rodrigo?
Rodrigo.
Hello, guys. Good calls today. Good calls.
Why, thank you.
Good calls every week. Where you been?
Thank you for being the official call grader.
Yeah. First of all, I am shocked. I did not think Dalton Smith would go and do what he did last night because
did you pay
I
for
thought
the fight?
Matias was better.
Did you pay for that fight?
No.
Did you watch it?
NFL playoffs, man. NFL playoffs. No. I did
here
not.
we go.
Robert, both of our teams are out of the playoffs. You got the Raiders; they're out, and then you think the Raiders are going to pick up that guy, that quarterback from Indiana?
Yeah, we got the number 1 pick, and that's who we're going to draft.
I'll tell you what. You know what's crazy? I can't imagine that guy in Indiana or the guy from Indiana in Las Vegas. Doesn't seem like that would be a good fit at all.
Now, originally, Eric, before he transferred to Indiana, he went to Cal Berkeley.
Yeah,
so
he went to
wonder
Berkeley.
if he's
Smart guy.
I wonder if he's originally from California.
That could be.
But no, I think that's who the Raiders are going to take. But I've seen all of Dalton Smith's fights except for last night, and I thought he was good, but I didn't think he was on the level of Matias.
No.
But from what everybody says, it looks like you put on one hell of a performance. And I think the next fight for him, and it's a natural one to make because they're both still with Matchroom, I believe, would be Richards and Hitchens.
Yeah, they were talking about
him and Hitchens.
They were talking about that last night. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So I think that would be the natural next step, and that's a unification bout.
Yeah.
So that's you're putting up 2 belts there, and then the winner of that fight could fight the winner of Teofimo and Shakur, and I think Shakur is going to walk all over Lopez. It would not surprise me if it's not 9-3, 10-2, something of that effect. I think Shakur is going to put on a boxing clinic, and I don't think Lopez is quite ready for that.
Oh, that's not nice.
I'm surprised you're thinking it's going to be that one-sided, Robbie, but who knows?
The problem with Shakur, Joe, is he's got the capability of making it look that way. Lopez does not.
Yeah, you got a point. He's got a point.
Yeah.
Shakur can really make you look bad in there. And Shakur doesn't even really have to fight to make you look bad in there.
No.
Just with his movement alone.
The thing about it is, he doesn't have to put on one of his ultimate performances. He can just walk in the ring and make it look that way. I mean, that's how good that guy is.
What Boxing Rights, one of the in the chat here. What's Robbie's opinion on Maduro? Why does anybody care about that guy?
I am not going to talk. I'm not going to talk politics on a boxing show.
Good
so
man.
There we go.
Good man. There we go. All right, Robert, we're going to put you back in the queue. We're going to keep moving.
All right.
All right, let's see here. I think we got Hamed on the line. Let me bring him in real quick. Quickly. Hamed, you're live.
Yes, guys. It's been a while. But,
Inshallah, man. Inshallah.
Yes, Steve. Yeah. It's been a while, but I was just going to say, regarding the Benavidez situation, it's unfortunate we couldn't see the fights with, especially Bivol or Beterbiev, but at the same time, I don't know what people want him to do. I disagree with Nachos. Bivol has only fought, I think, once last year, which was the rematch, and Beterbiev had his own issues. So I'd take fights with Zerdo and Apataya if he could fight those guys. Even if he doesn't fight both of them this year, if he could fight Zerdo and then maybe fight Apataya by sometime next year, say maybe next Cinco de Mayo, and they could do that for undisputed, then I don't mind those fights. Like, I think Bivol and Beterbiev, they're going to probably fight again. I don't know when that third fight will be, but I think they just lost momentum of the division. So it's unfortunate, but I wanted to see those fights. I would take the fights with Zudo and Apatai. Regarding the weekend, I think some people are going a bit too over the top. Don't get me wrong, I don't think Kabayel looked great in those first 2 or 3 rounds before the stoppage, which I think was slightly early, but I think he knew the opponent was there to be knocked out. The only thing I would say is, since the Chisora fight, I think he's kind of changed his style. I didn't watch all his fights in Germany, but when he beat all these guys like Mahmoudov, Zhang, and I think it's Frank Sanchez, there's maybe at times he showed his old style where he could box on the back foot, but he's kind of become a lot more aggressive. I don't know if that's the right game plan with Usyk. I think with Usyk, he needs to be careful because Usyk can punch, and if he is getting hit like he did against Usyk, then he could get knocked out or he could get beaten up. He does have, I think, some things in his arsenal and style that could cause Usyk problems. If he could go to the body and if he doesn't get caught by anything big, then I think it's an interesting fight. The only thing is, do you guys reckon Kabayel has got a better chance than guys like Fabio Wardley, maybe Moses Atama, Filip Hrgovic? Because at the moment, I don't think there's anyone else that could really give him even a challenge. And that's a big fight, I think, in Europe, especially in Germany.
So Kabayel would be the biggest challenge to Usyk in your opinion? Because is that what you're saying?
I don't know if there's anyone else left. I think Usyk kind of retired, but
yeah, I think I agree with that. If I'm being honest.
There you go.
But I wouldn't mind the Kabayel fighting Hrgovic or someone like that. If he can't fight Usyk. And just before I go, that was a good win by Dalton Smith. I think too many people overrated Subriel Matias. But before I go, what do you guys reckon about the trash now? No. I just think he had no defense. Do you think Dalton Smith could beat the other champions at 140?
Yeah, I think he has a very good chance.
It's not impossible.
Gary Russell, you get Gary Russell, Richard Hitchinson, and then Teo.
Yeah.
I don't know that he beats Teo or Shakur.
Yeah,
but I give him a real shot against the others.
Hitchens is good.
Hitchens is good too. Yeah.
Who's got the WBA? Is it Gary Russell? No,
Gary Russell.
Gary Antoine Russell's got the WBA.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for taking my call. Those should be good fights.
Thank you so much for calling, man. We appreciate it.
All right, man.
It's about, 12 or 1 in England right now?
Yeah.
I love the UK. I love
he's a good guy, man. He's always he always messages me on Twitter all times of the day. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's great, man. I love him.
He's a good guy. He always tunes in. He's a good guy.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the upcoming schedule here. Couple of fights next week, nothing crazy.
Nothing big, yeah.
January 16th from Australia, you got Nikita Zhu versus Michael Zarafa, 10 rounds middleweights. Don't have a TV on that. On DAZN, January 16th, Alex Roca versus Raul Curiel, 12 rounds welterweights. That's on DAZN. So if you're gonna pay that much money for it, put on some stuff.
Yeah.
Put on some stuff.
I'm not paying for it anymore, so I don't give a fuck anymore.
Oh, come on.
Listen, we're taking the gloves. We're taking the gloves off today.
Oh, you're terrible. Terrible. All right, news and rumors this week. A light news week, however. The Shakur Teo press conference was this week, Beeb.
Yeah.
Guys, you got to come with something here. That press conference was bad.
Yeah, no one's impressed. No one's impressed with it. Teo.
Oh.
Teo seems like he's on some SSRIs or something, man. He's not. He doesn't seem like himself.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't at all.
Something's up with this guy, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Seems like he's medicated or something.
He's just, there's something up. It's not the same Teo we've seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in his defense, it wasn't the same Ryan Garcia we saw prior to Devin Haney either. And you saw what happened.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that fight. That's gonna. I don't know. I don't know who wins that fight. My head tells me Shakur is gonna win that fight, but I don't know. I mean, I've never seen Teo blown out before.
Well, Sutter Kane's picking Tio. You know, there's a couple of people picking Tio, and who else? Who else was picking Tio? Jesse Reekin's picking Tio. So it's not, again, it's not a ridiculous pick if you're picking Tio. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
Jesse Reekin is picking Tio?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Bet the farm on Shakur. Take his action any day. There you go.
Yeah.
Zuffa, TKO. The boxing, their first broadcast set for a couple of weeks, I guess in January 20-something, 24th or 21st?
January, what is it? Let me see. January 24th, I think. Yes. Next week? I think next week is the card. Yeah.
Is it? No, it can't be next week. Next week is like the 17th. It's got to be a week after.
Next week is the 24th. Sunday.
Today is the 11th.
Sunday starts the new week. So Saturday would be this week. Next Saturday is the 24th.
You're confusing people. You're confusing me. Listen, this weekend's around the 17th. The week after is like the 24th.
Yes.
You can't just say it's next week. If you tell me it's next Saturday, I'm thinking this Saturday. I don't know how you guys operate in Boston.
Listen.
All right? I don't know how that works. But here in Titletown, we don't operate like that. That much I can tell you.
I'm losing brain cells. But go ahead.
So anyway, Zuffa Boxing. Back to the Zuffa Boxing has its first card. And I was a little underwhelmed, I'll be honest with you. And again, it's going to be at the Apex.
Yes.
And if you guys aren't UFC fans or anything like that, the Apex is like a gym, like a gymnasium in Las Vegas that they stage fights at during COVID and everything. So it's a very like small area. I mean, I think it accommodates 50, maybe 100 people, maybe.
Isn't it where they used to do their Tough Enough series?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So, Callum Walsh will headline against Carlos Ocampo. Again, decent fight. I don't mind it. But, not anything where like, oh, wow, this is groundbreaking stuff.
No, I wasn't really expecting something like, huge either, but maybe.
It's Uncle Dana.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course we're expecting something huge. Did you hear that White House card for the UFC is going to hold 5,000 people on the lawn? None of those people will be fans. None of those people will be
you're right.
Public.
Yeah, they're not going to be.
All be somebody else. They sent it across the way, I guess at the mall or whatever. They're going to put up the screen and have the 85,000 people there or whatever the case.
I don't know what to think of that. Like that.
I don't either. And it sounds cool. You know what it's going to be? You remember that show they put on from the Sphere in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Where they do all the concerts and stuff and they put a UFC fight on. Yeah. It was cool for about the first 5 minutes and then nobody cared. Yeah. Because we're not there at the Sphere to look around and everything. And really, what are you looking at anyway? Yeah,
you know what? I'm kind of indifferent on the whole thing. Like, is the White House a good place to stage an event?
No. It's a horrible place to stage the event. What I mean?
It doesn't seem like it would be
It doesn't
look like it would be an optimal place to stage an event. But
no, it seems silly to me. But
I'm just curious to see because it's something that it's never happened before. So just because it's never happened before, I'm curious.
Yeah, I think you're going to see that that kind of anticipation, like, oh, I can't wait, I can't believe this is happening, and then once you see it, it's like, okay, yeah, they say the fighters are going to walk from the Oval Office into the ring, so they'll make a. And I just thought, I don't know.
It's kind of weird.
It's kind of, I don't know. It's
where the locker room's going to be, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's just kind of cringy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah, a little weird.
How do you sanction that fight, too? Like, I guess you can sanction it, right?
Yeah. I mean, but I don't even know, nobody, well, obviously, we're not going to know the main event until it gets closer or whatever, but yeah, and what are you going to have? Like a bunch of Americans on is it just going to be like American guys fighting other countries or what?
Do you think there's any shot of John Jones being on that card?
Yeah, I don't think there's any shot of him headlining, but I think there's a shot of him being on that card.
Okay.
I don't understand why you would bring this guy back.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I just don't. Why? I mean, he saw Tom Aspinall get beat, or he didn't get beat, but I mean, he was losing that fight. Cyril Gane, was putting it on him.
What do you think's going to happen with Aspinall? Because his eyes are still pretty.
His eyes are jacked up. Yeah, his eyes are jacked up.
And I gotta be honest. Those were some. I've never seen eye poke, double eye poke.
Those were
bad
bad.
Those were bad.
Those were real bad. And the worst part is, man, Cyril didn't even have to do that. Cyril was winning that fight. He was winning the round anyway. He won the round for sure.
There was a shot he could have won that.
The better of him.
He could have won that fight.
Yeah. Oh, he absolutely could have. Absolutely.
I just don't know why he stuck his hands out. Like, I mean, again, I'm not in there. I'm not an MMA fighter. It just seemed bizarre. It did.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. I agree.
And it's one thing poking Eric, but it's just like he kind of dug him in there. Like
it was a bad. I mean, it was like almost like they said knuckle deep, man. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was a bad eye poke.
Pushed his fucking eyes back in his head.
And they really clowned Aspinall for stopping that fight. I'm like, guys, did you not see this? Like, come on.
Yeah, man. that was a bad poke.
Yeah. So De La Hoya, switching gears here, De La Hoya did his little clapback Thursday thing this week. And he said, this is him saying that De La Hoya, the only way Boots and Vergil Ortiz is going to happen is if it's 60-40 for Vergil Ortiz. He said, otherwise, no go.
That's stupid.
I mean, come on, man. Like, seriously?
Yeah,
and he was like, Boots has nobody to fight. We have at least 2 or 3 other guys we can fight for the same money. I'm like, this guy, he ruins the sport. And why his fighters stay with, I'll never know. Ryan hates his guts.
That's why he's losing the zone deal, because he can't provide fights to them.
Yeah.
That they want or that are worthwhile for them.
And that's the thing that they don't understand. I think that's really the thing that gets missed here. Your guys, you guys aren't going to fight on the zone. You guys aren't going to fight. I mean, he's going to put Vergil Ortiz against another guy that probably shouldn't be there. And he's going to blow him out. And Vergil, this is great. Nobody wants to see that fight. They want to see him and Boots fight. That's the best fight. That's one of the best fights this year that could be made.
Yeah.
Oderum says, let's see. Who torpedoes fighters more, Floyd or De La Hoya? I don't know. I think, Floyd, both of these guys, the problem with both of these guys, Eddie Hearn has an ego, but he has an ego for what he does. De La Hoya and Floyd both have egos for what they do, for what they had, not their fighters. He always, if you watch Floyd in the press conference, he will always bring up his career. You know what I mean? Oscar De La Hoya, it's a lot of the same thing, Nacho says that Ryan signed a deal that he hasn't honored at all, fighting once a year, and that's his fault, not Oscar. Nacho loves De La Hoya, doesn't he? Nacho loves De La Hoya.
Loves him.
Yeah, he loves De La Hoya. De La Hoya sucks. Nacho, just curious, did you watch it? And I think we talked about this before again, like that documentary they had about Oscar De La Hoya. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just watched that Chevy Chase documentary, and it was like, you kind of came out, feeling a little bit different about Chevy Chase, because you always heard these stories like he was a jerk and this and that.
Yeah.
He was, but he's 80 now, De La Hoya told all these stories about what he did and everything. I came out feeling like worse about De La Hoya. I'm like, wow, he was really an idiot, man. Like, he was a real jerk to people.
Never met his kids and stuff, and
never
went to see them, and
I mean, Gavin's Ghost, I think this is the comment of the night. Boxing needs to turn the page on Floyd and fishnets. 100%. 100%. 100%.
Well, if you get Mayweather Pacquiao too, then you won't be able to turn the page. You have to open the book. You have to open the book up all over again.
Who does Oscar have though? Who does Floyd have now? Yeah, I don't think Floyd has. Who does he have? Floyd's
pretty much out of.
He's out, right? He doesn't have anything. And then Oscar, who's he got? He's got Vergil. He's got Ryan.
Ryan.
That's it.
And
for top names,
that's it.
That's it.
He's got Zurdo Ramirez now too.
Zurdo Ramirez is going to get creamed. I'm telling you, he's not. Zurdo Ramirez isn't the same guy. Not the same guy.
I don't think he's going to beat David Benavidez.
No way he beats David Benavidez.
You're right. There
you go. All right, guys, that'll do it for this edition of Ringside Reporter. Guys, just make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you like what we're doing and you had a good time here tonight, man, like and subscribe. Beeb does videos throughout the week, all that other good stuff, man. So definitely tune in, man. That'll do it for this edition of Ringside Reporter. As always, you can catch Joe Habib on X at jhabib1. Find our YouTube channel at ringsidereporter.com, and you can find me on X at ringside73. Guys, we will see you next